Today I'm gonna do the get to know me tag. First up, what do you think your past self would think of you now? I think she'd be pretty proud. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? It's still teleportation. It'll always be teleportation. How do you handle feelings of loneliness or isolation? Either by doing something that I want to do or just reaching out to friends and telling them how I'm feeling. If you could travel anywhere without restrictions, where would you go? Probably LA or Australia. But I also want to go to Amsterdam and the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there something you wish you could change about your past, and how do you think that change would have impacted your present? Yeah, sometimes, but I can't change it, and I like who I am and where I'm at right now. Which is crazy to say, because usually I don't like where I'm at, but right now I'm pretty happy. What does a perfect day look like for you? Probably a day on set or a day hanging out with friends, doing something really cool. I'm trying to think of the last perfect day I had. Oh, that was work. My last night shift, I had an EMT school. If you could live in any historical period, which one would you choose? Probably the one from Merlin. It'd be fun to check it out, but I'm glad I get to live now. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't. What do you feel you deserve? Everything I want. I think everybody does. What's something you've always wanted to do but felt held back from pursuing? Singing in public. I'm still not really happy with my singing voice, but we'll have to get over it eventually, because music means everything to me and I want to put my own music out. What was your dream job as a child, and how does it differ from what you do now? I've always wanted to be a singer. I still want to be a singer. But there was a brief moment where I thought about being an architect, which I'm thinking about again. I thought about being a kindergarten teacher, but then I realized that I could just have my own kids. I recently went through some of my papers and I found out that I wanted to be a director at some point. So yeah, I never really wanted to be an actor. I guess it was on my mind, and I did audition for some things when I was in middle school, but nothing really happened. And then I forgot about it kinda, because music took over. All the other stuff that I've always wanted to do, I'm kind of doing now. How do you navigate moments of conflict with others? I handle conflict by talking about it. What's something normal you do that other people find weird? I talk to myself a lot. But I recently read on social media that smart people talk to themselves. No, but I like talking to myself about how I'm feeling, what's going on, and I think it really does help with everything, with sorting out my thoughts and feelings. But I think it's totally okay to talk to yourself. Is there something you've always wanted to try but haven't had the chance to do? I've been wanting to drive a race car. As if I could answer this. What's your favorite book or song, and why? Dude. I think I'm gonna do a video on my favorite books at the end of the year. Favorite songs, I have a lot. Go check out my video about that. I did a video on this. How do you practice self-compassion during difficult times? I focus on being really nice to myself. Can you share an experience where you felt deeply connected to someone? What made that moment special? There was a guy that I met a couple years ago, and for some reason, I did feel connected to him. And he felt it too. We met up once, and afterwards I was like, what is this? And then the next time I talked to him about it, he said, yeah, he feels it too. I've never had that happen before. So that was crazy. That was like a special thing. We only met up a couple times, and then that was it. Also, he was gay, so not my future husband. But yeah, I've never felt that before. And even if I tried to explain what it felt like, I couldn't. Like, I don't remember what it felt like. It was just a feeling that I had. What has life taught you recently? It reminded me to ask for what I want And I keep doing that. I keep asking for what I want. What is a phrase that always feels good to hear? Everything happens for a reason. Whenever I hear that from somebody else, like, I'm good. Thank you for reminding me. What is a recent leap of faith that worked out? Just my new friends. We signed up for this acting class, and afterwards I was like, you want to go ice skating? And we did, and yay. If someone could have a peek into your mind, what would you hope they find? Colors. So many colors. And peace. And love. Which character from a recent movie or TV show has made a lasting impression on you? Was it Ilya from Heat of Rivalry? Because I really haven't watched anything new this year. People are not always what they seem to be, especially when you first meet them. I feel like my first impressions of people are always wrong or incomplete. And with Ilya, not that I ever had any assumptions about him, but he's such a softie on the inside. It's like, you need to remember that. What's a chance you wish you took? Girl, I just took one. I don't know where it's gonna take me or if it's gonna do anything, but I took a chance and we'll see what happens. I can't believe I did that. In my life, it's never like I regret not doing that. It's always, I can't believe I did that, which is a good problem to have. Dude, what is one thing you would change about society? I think people need to be more nice and less violent. There's a bunch of shit I would change. What is something simple that makes you smile? Gray clouds, music, random shit like, I don't know, food, good dream, people. How are you? But be more transparent than usual. I'm good. I'm happy, but the heat is getting to me. It's so hot. And then I started working and I'm not yet 100% happy with work, but I'm working on fixing that. So I'm kind of worried about that though. Otherwise, I'm really happy and excited, but exhausted and tired, and yeah, the heat is not fun. It's not funny anymore. What's a dream you once had that you abandoned? I have not abandoned any of my dreams yet, and I'm not planning on doing so. What is your favorite holiday and how do you celebrate it? Halloween. I decorate my apartment and I try to watch Halloween related stuff, and last year I did a bunch of Halloween related activities. Nope. Have you ever felt truly misunderstood? Can you describe that experience? I felt misunderstood my entire life. It's getting better though, which I'm happy about. I think it's mostly about finding the right people, which is not so easy sometimes or often. It feels like you're invisible and all alone. If you could compliment yourself, what would you say? I'm so proud of you. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep following your heart. When was the last time you were really excited? What was it about? Dude, was that yesterday? No, that was on Friday. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. How do you find meaning or purpose in your everyday life? Well, I have a lot to say. A lot I still want to do. I think my purpose in life is to help people and share my thoughts, my perspective on things and my art, and to make the world a better place, to make people feel understood. How do you cope with feelings of failure or disappointment in your life? By just reminding myself that it's not the end of the world, and if you're really unhappy, you can always change something about that. I recently didn't get the job that I wanted at the place that I wanted, but now I kind of have the job that I wanted at a different place. I'm working out the kinks, but if I'm really unhappy with where I'm at now, I can reapply for the other job, and I don't think they're gonna say no a third time, because that would be really mean. I hate the fact that I have to fight so much for everything that I want in life. I need to remind myself that life is easy and everything happens for a reason. It just feels like I'm dreaming right now. This is not real life. And the job I have, dude, what is happening? If you could have any animal as a pet, regardless of size or type, what would you choose? Dude, a monkey? bunnies, a horse, some cows, goats, bats. I was gonna say elephant. I don't want a fucking elephant. A tiger. In what ways do you think your upbringing shaped who you are today? How you grow up makes you who you are. So everything I experienced as a kid made me who I am today. How many slices should a pizza be divided into? 16. What is your favorite color? Dark green, black. There's a certain blue that I really love. What is your favorite pizza topping? Olives, maybe? What was your favorite subject in high school? Music, PE, singing class, English class. What is your favorite number? 11, I think. I don't know why. When is your birthday? December 14th, 1999. What is your star sign? Sagittarius. What is my most prized possession? Probably my music or my picture wall and some t-shirts. If you won the lottery, what would you buy first? Well, first is difficult to answer. Well, maybe a new laptop and a new phone. I would build my dream house. I would move, probably. I would maybe get a cat. I would get a private chef. What is the first app I open in the morning? Either messages, email, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, or voice memos, or notes, because I usually need to check my schedule. Am I a dog person or a cat person? I used to be a dog person, but I've become more of a cat person, I think. What was my least favorite subject in school? Biology and geography and history, to be honest. And math. How much money would I give to my family if I won $10 million? I think I'd give $1 million to my dad, $1 million to my mom, and $1 million to my brother. What do I spend way too much money on? Food, I think. Do I debate with strangers on social media? Usually there's no point, and I don't want to waste my time fighting about stupid shit that I really don't care about.